Good evening, everyone. So, thank you for attending our session today. So, uh, so, so we we have got up a, a huge response yesterday from your feedbacks we have got up and it's already time, so let me start with the session. So today we are going to have a session on hoops concept. So before getting into the session, I hope you have enjoyed the last session as much as possible from your feedback we got, and today also you will enjoy the best we have. So just we start our session. So the purpose, why do we need OOPS? So you all have that idea, right? So what is the purpose of having OOPS concept, right? So oops concept is mainly like when you have a variable. So normally we'll assign a data type for every variable, right? But when you want to handle with lots of data, so for example we'll take an example like form. So in form we have lots of columns, like name and roll number and your mobile number and then your address, all these things you have, right? So uh, 1 minute, okay. So all these things you will have in your form, right? So for combining all these forms, right, you will use these form data for having in Aadhaar card or in PAN card. For all these steps, you are using this form details only. So for each time, for creating a separate variable for all these kinds of data, we'll just have a class. That's what the concept of class and object comes here, right? So class is like it is a blueprint of an object. So what is a blueprint is like I need this, like for example when you're going to have build a house, you have some sketch about the house. Here I should have the study room, here I should have a hall. So these are the blueprints which before the original product has been gained, I'll just have this blueprint of the project, right? So that is the class. Okay. So uh, so object is like the original product we got. So similarly, considering this what this form. So considering this form, for having my data into the Aadhaar card and PAN card, I'll have a separate class. I'll take all the data from this form class only. Okay, so I'll take all the data. For instead of creating a separate variable in Aadhaar card class and PAN card class, I'll just inherit all the properties from the form class, and I'll just have it. Okay, I'll just inherit what are the things I need. I'll just have it from this form class itself, and we'll have have about that. Okay. So this is what this class and objects comes to play. So for referencing this form class from the other class, we'll have an object. So this object is like a reference pointer, so it will act as a reference to the class which we point. So for the form class, we are referencing these two subclasses. What are the subclasses? That is Aadhaar and PAN card. So I want to gain all the informations from the form class only. So this is what a basic OOPS concept is about. So for handling the complex data types, so whatever it will have a combination of different data types. So whatever things I wanted, I'll have in this uh, class, and I'll just inherit the property. So that is what oops is all about. Okay. So and nowadays in most of the companies and most of the industries, they are expecting about the freshers to know about a little bit concept on oops. So that is what the main idea which we have a particular session for this. So instead of getting into the other stuffs with the Java, we thought of having this oops concept, it's better, right? So mainly now we nowadays while attending a basic placements, they are not expecting about your oops concept in the assessment. They are not expecting, they are just assessing you with the basic concepts about up to the strings, how much you have a basic knowledge about, that is what they are testing. But when you get into the interview, they are no, they want the people to know about data structures and oops. That is a must for every product companies, right? So you should have not much getting into much deeper is not much necessary, but you should have a basic idea about what is object, what is class, what are the oops principles. These are the main things they are expecting from you. So that is what current trend is going on. So why this oops is mainly they are using in the industry, the purpose is like the optimization. So just like we are using a class and inheriting all the properties, right? So it is a one type of optimization, right? So this optimization and flexibility of your code, these two plays a main important role, right? So even the companies now, they are expecting how much long and how much effect your how much you for a question, for a scenario, how much you write a code is not matter, how optimal your solution is matter. So that is what, how you are using, in which ways you are using a method, then or like arrays, all the concepts, how we are using collections, all the concepts how we are using in your code, that is what they are looking. They are not just looking about the what the collage of your code. And you will have a lot of steps and you're just putting into the code, it is not going to be that much, they are not interested. So that is what they are asking about, your testing or skill. So that is main important thing, and you should have in your mind. So that is the most wanted thing in nowadays industry. So next is WhatsApp. So can you please guess it? So why this WhatsApp is mentioned in this tree? Next, it is not like it is. What is the interconnection with of these slides? Can you please put in the chat? I didn't receive any response. Can you please put your response in the chat? Okay, so um, I got up a response like inheritance and polymorphism. So it's something related to this. Actually, in WhatsApp, why I have taken is like you much familiar with the concepts. Like currently, we are using this WhatsApp, right? So most of us are much familiar, right, with WhatsApp. So the thing I have taken is WhatsApp is like in WhatsApp we'll have all the OOPS principle is used in this WhatsApp. So how it is used? Like first we want to know about the OOPS principle is main, right? So what are the four major OOPS principle you know? Like most of us is familiar one day. So you please mention what are the four major principles you know. Can you please put in your chat? Okay. Okay, we'll go with that. So, in WhatsApp, normally we are using this oops concept. Okay, so how it is? See, normally we see about okay, I got an answer. Okay. So normally we see like encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. So encapsulation, how is it's used? Is like see normally we won't go into deep, but I'll just brush up on the topics. We'll go into deep on the later slides. Okay. Okay. So normally in WhatsApp we have text and call and video calls. Everything is available, right? So the thing is like it is coupled into a particular. For example, in a group, when you are creating a WhatsApp group, we have a particular thing, right? So like. When you want to add or when you want to remove or when you want to call anyone or when you want to message privately, these all the things are like what it is coupled into a particular group. So like only the authorized person can ask, like they can call the like whom they want to call, whom they want to text. They only has the ability to call. So these all the things is like something, it is encapsulated, right? The other things is like encapsulated from other one. So like others are not able to, only the person whom do you want is being communicated. The third person is not able to see in your communication. So how the process is there here? Encryption and decryption, right? The process is happening. So this is what encapsulating the data. So here the third party is not allowed here. Only the necessary person, authorized person, is allowed into the channel. So this is what encapsulation. Then abstraction is like only the necessary detail. For example, um, when you want to call a person or when you want to text a person, what is a required thing? Okay, that is alone is when you want to add a participant or when you want to remove a participant, the required interface, that is required feature, is alone is mentioned for the user. Other implementation is hidden, right? What, how the part is working, how it is taking the data. For each we'll have a separate methods we have, but that on, it's hidden. Only the required thing is hidden. Sorry, required thing is it's shown. So that is what it is abstracted from the user, right? So that is an abstraction is here in this WhatsApp. And inheritance, it is a normal thing. So I think you kids can guess it, how the inheritance is used in WhatsApp. Can you please guess it? It is a normal we are using, right? It is, I'll give a hint, it is related to the text message we are using. So can you guess it? Okay, so replying to a message, that is not about inheritance. Actually, it's good, but we'll see about what is how the inheritance is used here. So, like inheritance, so it's like, what is inheritance? Inheritance means extending the properties, right? From the original thing, they are extending the properties. So here, from the text message, no, in olden days we have text message, but now we are shifted to video calls, audio calls, all these things we have shifted, right? So this is what the inherited part. So from the text message we are extending another one property, that is voice message we are extending, we are adding it, right? Then video call option we are extending it. Then another like normal voice call, these all the things are extended properties. Okay, so that is what inheritance. And next is polymorphism. So polymorphism is like um, it is also like we are inheriting all the chat, like all the message, text message, voice message, image data, everything into a particular message class. So that is, a particular class is acting as a it is a common class, which is acting as an object for other classes. Okay, so only you have a message class. This message class has a typical responsibility with other classes. It is what it is going to act in different places, as it is a text message, or as a voice message, or as a image, or as a video file. Everything it is acting only the message class. So this is what morphing the behavior of different characters. Okay, so that is the thing which I want to say in this slide. Next slide. These are the OOPS principle. Okay, so encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. Okay, so okay, okay. Next is encapsulation. So, what encapsulation means? What is like? It is something I've already said. It is normally we'll take a capsule. So in capsule you have a medicine. Okay, all the necessary medicine will be capsulated inside the capsule. Okay, only the thing is, you will have the capsule only. You will have, but other things will be capsulated, because you should not have any rights to use it, right? You should not you should you don't have any rights on toxicating any medicine inside the capsule. You don't have any right. That is the similar process which is happening in the normal communication also. So normal code, like encapsulation code, normally it is also same thing is happening. So we when we no, the one thing I want to say is, like, in this slide, we are completely for getting you a clear concept on this four principles. I have used the examples with WhatsApp alone, so you don't want to get into other part. Just focus your mind on these concepts, so that you will be completely thorough with the concept of these four principles as best as possible. I'll give. So so normally encapsulation is also the similar, like we said, like how it is used in WhatsApp. I'll show in next slide. And also the second is, like, it is can be accessed using getters and setters. So that is, now I'll say it, but next slide we'll see it briefly. Okay, this is the example of the encapsulation. So no, I have said right in later part, sorry, in previous I have said, like, creating a group. Okay, so in this picture you have got a clear, right? So in creating a group means, you'll add the participant, you will remove the participant, you will if you want to call the participant, you can do it. How we are doing it? You are here specifically the getters and setters are mainly used. How it is used is like, see, you can see in the next slide. See, here, when you want the particular sender name, or when you want the particular anyone, okay, when you want in that group, you will just call that person. So no, how we are calling, you will just normally we will just over to the person, and we'll just privately we'll message to them, right? That is what we are doing. But what is the backend process is happening is, like, their getters and setters will be there. These getters and setters, how they are working is like, they'll just what person do you want? They'll just get the person data. Okay, if you want the person what if you want the person data, anything you want it, it will get it. Or if you want the person name, it will also get it. So this similar thing, it will just get it. And the thing and the thing is, like, 1 minute. Okay, so like how so this is what it is getting. So with the help of getters and setters, you are just calling the function. That is, you're just calling the sender name and you're just getting the message. Okay, so that is how this getter sensitive. So how here encapsulation is done only with the help of this send of method alone, you are being able to access this private variables. That means if you want to remove that participant or if you want to add any one participant means what you are doing means that is the encapsulated code is given only to the certain part only. So like certain people only they have the access to do some modifications over to the code. So they only have the rights to modify these private variables. They can get the private variables and they can modify whether they want to remove it or whether they want to add the participant. They alone have the rights. So that is what you are capsulating the data from others. Okay, this is what the main encapsulation is. It is playing the role. Okay, so that is, I think you get it. So I had some some suffocations in saying it. I'll say it once more better, I think so. So normally in a WhatsApp group, we'll just you don't consider anymore else, just consider a group so that it would be better for you to get into the concepts more clear. Okay, so so uh, just in WhatsApp group, you will just add the participant. How we are adding the participant? You are just getting their ID or you are just getting their phone numbers with the help of your phone numbers or with the help of your names. You will just add them to the groups, right? So how we are that is you are adding no. That is how you are getting. That is what this getters is playing the role. Setter is like when you want to remove them or when you want to do some modifications over the chat data. All these things the setter is going to act. So that is what the main concept behind this encapsulation. Okay, so this is the thing. Like you're capsulating the data. Normally, when you're communicating with one another, what happens? Your data is encrypted, right? Your data is encrypted and it is reaching the other end. Receiver is reaching it. So here now in middle there should not be any interruption, should not be there. So for not getting any interruption only, we are capsulating. Yeah, that is what we are making all the variables is private. This is what the code is going to explain. Whether you are making all the data, like all the variables is private, and only the required person can use it. So that is the encapsulation concept. Okay, I think you is much familiar, much understood. So if it is yes, can you please put message the chat, and next we can go with the next topic. As I have planned just of having 35 minutes on theory and the rest of 30 minutes on um, this rest of the 30 minutes on 25 minutes, sorry, 25 minutes on problem solving, I've thought. So let's be see. So you can please put your message in the chat if you have understood this concept better. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Next is abstraction. So abstraction is a thing which I have already said, like only the essential data. Okay, what is the required data that is alone it is visible to the user, and the rest of the thing is hidden from the user. Okay, rest of the things we are not going to show them, like not just only the thing which we need, only the essential thing the user wants, that is what going to use. The rest of the things we are unnecessary details we are not going to show to them. So that is the thing, that is the implementation part, we are hiding it, that's all. So here In encapsulation we have got with the what sorry getters and setters, right? But in abstraction similar thing, we are using interface and implements. So implementation and interface, these are the two things. I Can you guess it, how for what for how like in which end we are using interface and which end we are using implement? It is a basic question you can have. So can you guess it? I think nobody's okay. Can leave it. Okay. So okay. Um, okay. So the thing is like I have shown this slide, right? So here, the purpose of this slide is like I've already said, right? For a person, okay, for a user to chat, okay, to chat with the other person, they need only the essential details. They use either voice call, or they use either they use either video calls, or they use text messages. So these are the interfaces, right? These are the interfaces they required, they want it. The other things they don't want it, that how it is implemented, then how this voice messages, how it is implemented, and how the process is happening, they don't need. They just want to communicate with the other person. They just want it. 1 minute. Okay, they just want it. Okay, these are the necessary details they want it from there. Want it, right? So this is what an interface. So how the person is interfering with the other person, or how the person is interfering with the application. That is what the interface code should have. Okay, and in implementation, how that interface should work, you can either have that variable or method, how whatever thing, that should not have any implementation. Only the interface part, just the menus. Okay, they are, for example, when you take here, where you have a chat, right? Chats or status calls, these are the interfaces. But you don't have any authority, and you don't want any details about how this chat is working, which method is called when this chat button is hovered. These all the things the user is hidden. They don't need it. So that is what the abstraction is. So you will get a better idea when you got through the code. Okay. So here is the code. Okay. So okay. So here in the interface. So in the interface, you have send message, and so like see 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So in interface, you have only what method you have, send message method, right? So this send message is how it is making the role, right? See, you see two classes. One is WhatsApp message, and the one is Facebook message, right? So how see normally the user needs what are the things, the recipient, who is the person, and who is the sender, and what are the content they should send. These are the three things they needed. So only these things will be hidden shown to the user. These are the three things that is interfering with the user, and the rest of the things like how it is implemented in WhatsApp, how it is implemented in Facebook, these all the things are hidden. So only the single class, that is sent message of method, is alone call, and rest of the thing is like hidden. Okay, only this in the message sender interface, this send message method alone it is called, because the normal thing the user needs is just they need a sender name and also the content they want to send. So that's the thing alone is interfering with the customer, and the rest of the thing is hidden. That is the WhatsApp message sender class and the Facebook message sender class is hidden from the user. Okay, so how the only thing which they want to send is alone is shown to the user. Okay, I think it is much clear to it. So do you have any doubt? So how this abstraction is working? You should the normal thing you want to know is like how we are using this abstraction. We are using with the interface and implementation. So then the next is encapsulation. Then how we are using it. That is the thing you want to know. Unless not getting into the topic is not much going to affect you. You should know about the syntax of your code. Normal when you're giving a problem and you're solving it, it's just much easier, like you can solve it, but the syntax is much main, right? So if you're not using the syntax and if you're not following about the syntax, the entire principle is going to change. So that is the thing you want to know more about clear. Okay, the next thing is like inheritance. So inheritance. So inheritance is like, what is the thing I've already said, right? So it is extending the properties from a superclass. So you will have a subclass, but what is the thing you're doing is like you're just inheriting the properties. Like you're adding some more actions, some more benefits to the properties which is already existing. Okay, that is what inheritance. So that is the basic examples we have, right? Father child relationships, all these things, that is an inheritance. And in inheritance we are using it because inheritance is like a relationship, right? So relationship we are not going to have it with interface or something else. We are don't to have don't having using it, right? We are just going to ask some, there is some specifiers. You're just specifying which class do I need to interface. Like I want to extend it, which class do I need to interfere with another one class. This is the thing which I want to note in inheritance, right? So so what to say, then in that part what is the main role is coming, it's the access specifiers. That is what public, private and protected. So you having a much knowledge on these concepts, right? Public means what, private and protected. So I'm not going to waste my time on these concepts. Just be getting to the example so that you will get. So I'll just get into the example as I already said. So so like you have a normal text message, you're just inheriting the what, voice message over the text message, right? So that is what type of inheritance, right? So you are extending some additional properties over the text message. That is what inheritance. So we get into the codes. Oh, yeah, so the score is too large, so we don't get tensed. Okay, so it's a much this is the concept of this voice message and text message, that's all. So see here, you come to this second part, so public class text message. So here you are having this text. So this from this message class, this is normal part which you did in abstraction. What are the things you want to show it to the user? That's all it's given here, and that's nothing much more. But that is not our code now. You'll just focus on the second part, this text message and voice message we have, right? So here in this text message, what is the thing, the normal thing, we'll just inherit the properties from this message class. And similar thing in voice message also, we'll inherit the properties, but we need some additional property. That is what, how much time, that is what the extra they have added, like duration. This is a simpler thing they have used. This is a simple code. Okay, inheritance is simple code. Just want to we are going to inherit the properties of the superclass and into the subclass, and we're just making it. That's all. Okay, these are the things you have to see when you know the encapsulation. So here this is a pattern, right? Encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance is a pattern. When you know encapsulation, then that is embedded into the abstraction. That is how it is embedded. That's what here given, right? You are being accessible. The person is accessible only to the specific data, like you only the specific people is accessible to the kind of data, like what other kinds of data they have been other kinds of data are encapsulated. That's what private variables are being used. Then abstract class used. So this abstract then abstract classes also used. And when you want to, if you want to add in interface also, you can add it. So that is all your wish. Okay, then this is the normal thing about this inheritance. So I think you don't have any doubts on it. If you have any doubts, if you have any doubts, you can ask it at the end. Okay, let's we move to the next. Actually, it's already time. Okay, then polymorphism. So polymorphism is like the normal. We'll have it in we'll have it in our what in our books, right? A woman, she when she is working in school, she's taking up the role of a teacher. And right, then in home she's taking up the role of a mother or a wife, all these things. In society she is a normal woman, in other professions she is taking up the role. So this is what a polymorphism. A single woman, she's when some multiple objects we are creating and we are inheriting to a single class. That's all. That is uh, that is what polymorphism. That is poly. Your that person, that is that particular class is acting in different classes, has different classes. It's acting in the own ways. Okay, you will get more clear when you get into the code. Okay, that's I think you will be much clear with the code. I'll just have it. And also the thing is like here in polymorphism, you have two parts, right? One is runtime polymorphism, another one is compile time polymorphism. So can you mention other names of these two? I think you might be familiar of runtime and compile time polymorphism. So what are the other two types, like other two names, okay, of these two polymorphism? Can you please put in the chat? Please be fast. It's already time. No, static and dynamic, it is already in the slide. Now I'm asking about other two names of runtime and compile time polymorphism. It is something related to the function. I think you could have got it. So can I move on? Okay. Okay. I think I didn't get any answers. Okay, so it's good. The other two types, okay, other two names, which is regarding the function, it's like method overriding and method overloading. So method overriding is about deciding at the runtime, and method overloading is what are the methods we need to overload. That is all the things the compiler will decide at the compile time itself. That is what the differences between the dynamic and static polymorphism. Okay, so why the examples? Okay, the next slide is about the example. You just look over the example. Okay, the example and just will get into the code, so you get a clear picture over this code and this example. Okay, so see this code. Okay, so all this first part is something similar to the previous codes. You just look over the second part. What is the difference? Is like, so single message class. Okay, I think I didn't add it the message class. You have it in the last slides, right? That is what the similar in the message class. What are the, I think it's occupying lots of space. Okay, I just hide it. So from in the message class, what are the data? Okay, all the content. Okay, all the datas, right? All the sender details, all the stuffs which you have it in that last side. No, that's what you'll have it. So from that message class only you have a single message class. Okay, in that particular message class, all the other classes are other classes, it is acting as a the particular message class is acting in different ways in other classes. It's acting as a text message, it's acting as a voice message, image message, all this thing it is acting in different parts. That is what similarly you grouping into the, for example, you get it right. So you in a normal chat, you have been able to send a text message also. You will be able to send, you will be able to send the voice message also, and image also you can send. So these are the three, like if you want to have a video, that is also able to, we are able to send it. So no, these, so these are the three categories. Okay, three categories, a single message class is taking up the role. So that is the polymorphing. Okay, so this is, it is behaving as a behaving in different categories, it is behaving in different roles. So that is the thing. Okay, so this is what you got from this second pick. Okay, is there is any doubt? Because you should be very clear, because when we are going to solve the problems, it is more important to know about the basics of these concepts. So I think you must clear with these concepts. If you have any doubts in this concept, just ping a message in the chat. If it is clear, please put a message, please. Use of super and these keywords, are there any alternatives to implement them? Um So actually, super classes, I think how you're connecting, I'm not able to get it. But super class is like we are going to inherit from the parent class. But this is something you're inherit to the current class, right? So how you are mentioning this too, I'm not able to get it. Actually, these are, there is no alternatives for specifically you're asking like super and this. There's no alternatives. Just these are the keywords which we inherit. Okay, inherit from the parent class, and the current class we are using it. So I think I'm not able to get a question. Is this a question you are asking? Okay. Okay, I think your answer you may got it actually. Okay, next can we go to the problems? Can we go? Or anybody have any doubt? You can please ask it. Otherwise, you may feel some suffocation over the problems while solving it. It's not much difficult, but you will feel somewhat disappointment. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Can we go? Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. So please, can you predict the output of this code? I'll give 30 seconds. Well, okay. I'll give 1 minute. You can predict the output of this code. Now time is 6:57. Sharply at 6:58 or 58 we can have the answer. Can you predict the answer for this code? Oh, I didn't get any answer. Why? Just give it a try. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not a problem. Just give it a try. Only 10 seconds more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Okay, so I didn't get any answer. So, what is this? Okay, actually, the answer is I'm putting in the chat. Okay, so this is the answer. So, how it is working is like okay, so how it's working is like normally from the sports class only the soccer class is creating. It's inheriting its property, right? So obviously the sports class functions will implement it first, right? So what is the in the get name of function? It is in generic sports. So this generic sports will be called in the next method. That is what given here. Generic sports. Each team has n players in generic sports, and then next is it is printing it, right? Next in the subclass it is having another one method, right? That is what soccer class. The soccer class will be returning, and another the next is again it will uh, take up the again it will uh, combine with the function, and that is you will get an each team has n players in soccer class. That's the thing you will get it. Okay. Okay. Have you got it? Okay, we'll go to the next question. It's already time. Okay, if a class inheriting an abstract class does not define all of its function, all of its function, then it will be known as. I'll give only 30 seconds for this question. Okay, it's very simple question. Just read over the question and just answer it. It's not much difficult. Please be fast. You have only 15 seconds more. Okay, it's simple. No. What is super class? No. 2, 1. Time's up. So if a class inheriting an abstract class does not define all of its function, it's simple, right? So you have a class, you have two classes. One first class, superclass is an abstract class. The subclass is inheriting all the properties from the superclass. That is superclass. So the subclass, it does not have any function. It does not define any function. Then automatically, what is that? If a function, if a method does not define any function, it just the declaration is allowed there, then what is automatically? It's an abstract class. Okay. The next question. Next question. You have only 40 seconds. Okay, it's simple only. Only 20 seconds more. Okay, 20. It's right. 20. Okay, next question. Next question. What is the answer? I'll give only 20, 30 seconds. Okay. From now it's from 30 seconds. Just easy question. Just think about the specifiers, access specifiers, and just answer the question. Only 10 seconds more. Okay. Here, the answer will be compile time error. Okay, so here the answer will be compile time error. How the answer is compile time error is like, see, class A, class B. Okay, this class B is inheriting all the properties from class A. Normally, say, when you take a house, okay, own a house and your house. Okay, you are like, the owner is giving all the privileges to you to check their house, to drain, she is giving all the privileges. Okay, you can do anything, but as an what your as a like you are under their control only, right? But you are not giving any privileges to the owner. Means will they give any privileges again? There is no more contract between you and them, right? Because that is a public, that is a major class, that is a super class is giving all the privileges, that is it is giving as a public. But you are a subclass, you should also give the sub privileges to the super class to inherit your data, your things. You should also make them to extend, right? But you are making them as a protected, means then there will be no contract between class A and class B. So obviously there is a compile time error. Okay, next question. This question is only for 25 seconds. Only 15 seconds more. Okay, time's up. So the keyword which can be used to prevent runtime polymorphism. So obviously it is the final keyword, because with the help of final keyword we are not able to remodify the data, right? So you should make it as a final. You should make it as a fixed constant. Then you should use final keyword. Okay. Next, ways we can make error in this code. So which are this is actually this is the correct no code. Okay, you should make error in this code. So what are the possibilities we can make error in this code? Okay. Mm. So the thing is like the first one is cut right. Delete the abstract tends to error. So we should what do you have to do? We should either we have to create a constructor in the abstract class. Okay, we have to create a constructor in the abstract class, or then we can remove the abstract. Okay, we can remove the abstract, right? So when you're removing the abstract, then automatically we'll have an error because in the interface we didn't implement anything, right? So we don't have anything. So abstract class, when you're making that class as a public class, then automatically you'll have an error. So that is one possibility. Another thing you can another thing you can add a constructor in the class. Okay, you can add a constructor with the parameterized constructor. When you're adding it, automatically you'll have an error. Default constructor, it is not going to affect. You should have a parameterized constructor, because in void method you don't have any parameters. So when you are making it with the parameters, then automatically they are going to have an error. And another thing is like when you're having return type in the interface. Obviously interface we don't have any return type, it is a void, right? So when you having a return type in the interface, then automatically it's going to have an error. Okay, this thing. Next question. Here, what is the error? A simple question. I just give 20 seconds. Okay. Okay. So the error here is, you should have, you are implementing an abstract method. Then obviously your class is also an abstract, right? So that is the error. Okay, you have to implement your class with abstract keyword. Next is declaring a class abstract as useful. When it is useful? Declaring a class abstract is useful when it is abstract. No. Okay, it's time's up. So when you're declaring a class as abstract, obviously you don't define anything. So for defining, if you don't define anything, obviously you're not going to create any instance for it. That is an object you're not going to create for it. So that is the main thing it is useful. Okay, the next step. Another name of overloading. It is not a compile time polymorphism. Another name. Just give 10, 20 more seconds, okay? No, static, no. Another one name is there. It is something, it's like, okay, actually it's something new. It is ad hoc overloading, ad hoc polymorphism, okay? I'll put in the chat. Next question, it's the last question. Which Hoops principle is used in this code? It's very, very, very simple. Just think over and I'll give 1 minute. Okay, I'll just give you 1 minute. Just think over the question clearly and just answer the question. Only 15 seconds. Okay, so it's time's up. Is anyone is trying? It's put an yes or something in the chat box. Inheritance polymorphism. Okay, actually inheritance it's not complete. It is a code for polymorphism. Okay, so how you are saying it's a polymorphism? Okay, so how this is a polymorphism because um, actually it's a given the answer, right? This is an animal. So this all the data, okay, all the cat function, everything it is it's animal class that is acting in different roles. Okay, this is acting in different roles like it is acting as an animal, it is acting as an sorry, very sorry. It animal class it is acting as a cat and for that it is having a different objects, right? Different object you're creating for each class going to create it. So obviously here uh, what the polymorphism is uh, used here. Okay, this is what the thing. So normally see uh, one thing will be there like when you want to when you're going to inherit any static properties, obviously when you give like this, okay, the polymorphism is not going to work because here you have an animal class, okay, or animal, and here also you have a class, like, so this is obvious and polymorphism code, right? So here the normal thing it is calling the cat function, but the cat function won't implement because what is the what is the thing is like the normal thing is like the, there is a difference, like the static word is missing, like that static it is a main thing, so it is not going to work in polymorphism. That's the thing you want to know. Okay, that's all. So any questions you have? Okay, if not, I'll just post the form, just fill the form, and we can close the session.
So if you fill the form, just put your message in the chat box and we can end the session. So thank you guys for attending and those who had attended the 2 day session, you will receive the participation certificate within 2 days.